Peace, welcome to this www.vibegarden.org super quick read in partnership with Healing Lights. That is Linktree / Healing Lights 1212. It is Natu Ma'at of Namsant and myself. She has Namsant on YouTube. You can check her out. And there's more information about how to get in contact with either of us through the guide on that's available for download on Healing Lights. All right, so this is a super quick read, y'all. We're going to have a look at the vibes between you and your person. If you've connected to this video, this is a synchronized reading. It applies anytime that you're connecting. That's the way that I'm doing it with the super quick reads on Healing Lights. You got the cards. 2 of them are shadow support cards. Bide your time in comfort and matronly wisdom. And then you also got a message of cheer up, false constructs, dismantled 963 hertz. This is in alignment with Archangel Raphael. It's about protection. Wolf team is in alignment. So what's happening in this connection right now, there can be a cooling. It can appear to some, maybe a small amount of you, that there's a cooling of affections. Others of you are very intuitive about your partner, so you know it's not a cooling of affections, but you might be concerned, especially if you're like the divine feminine embodiment in the connection, or if you're just a very you're a feeler, you're the feeler in the connection. There can be, like nurturing vibes. You want to help them feel better, but I feel like too much hovering is not going to be super helpful in this connection. I feel like if you're trying to relay things that could be helpful, you want to find ways to speak with your actions, you know what I'm saying, to provide tools or provide something they need, instead of, maybe asking them if they're hungry, like going ahead and making it, but maybe not hovering to see if they like how it tastes, right? There's frustration being worked out with the masculine energy in this dynamic, and they're de-escalating from anger in relation to something. I'm not going to get too deep into what that is because it is a super quick read. And if you are very concerned and you want to look into a compatibility chart or do more of an individualized chart session, you can get at me at www.vibegarden.org, and we can talk about what's available for session hours and that kind of thing, dependent upon whatever availability I might have when you're reaching out. Bide your time in comfort is really speaking to this time that you're experiencing. It's a time, it's going to pass. It might look like it's going to go on for a long time, but it really isn't. So find something enjoyable. This is giving vibes of creature comfort. Even on this card, this is like a Hallows themed deck. There are these 2 like warm beverage, or actually there's a warm beverage vibe, and then there's like a cupcake and an orange web or whatever. This is giving like guardian mothers helping you to cool your jets, not go into like over analysis anxiety, but find a way to be comfortable and rooted where you're at, and like water that garden where you're at, and let time passages pass, let situations get worked out in the way they need to get worked out. I feel like the divine masculine, or the more yang partner, the more fiery doer partner, or more intellectual partner, it just needs time to put things mentally in order. And if they feel comfortable and they're not being like overly handled, overly hovered over or whatever, they're just going to kind of open up when they're ready. There's an aspect of them needing to feel like at the forefront of their mind and in their individual power, without kind of like a bunch of I don't know, with them feeling like they have to come out of their sanctuary energy, if you will, to tend to someone else's demands, emotional demands, or need for companionship or anything like that. So it's a good time to draw back. It's a good time to find ways to work with any energy that's like maybe high key. Maybe this is, find a project or something to get involved in, and just wait for your partner to come out of their shell, so to speak. And with the cheer up, false contracts, dismantle, whatever in this situation is trying to look like a big problem is being dismantled in the higher astral. Like it's giving like Icarus vibes, like it flew up too far. It ain't gonna have the power, the strength, or the focus to cause the sorts of problems that the vibes are, the false vibes are trying to make it seem like they can. All right, so keep your head up. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, you can find me at www.vibegarden.org. You can find Natu and myself through Linktree /HealingLights1212. Thank you for tuning in. Stay excellent, y'all. Peace.